The Nigerian political space has just been completely shaken to its very core following an incredibly explosive and highly controversial statement made by the frontline human rights activist and former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore. Over the past 24 hours, the internet has been completely on fire with a viral headline claiming that the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, attempted to financially blackmail Sowore with millions of naira. For anyone who has been closely following the intense political build-up ahead of the 2027 general elections, you already know that the relationship between these two major political figures has been completely freezing cold for years. However, this latest development has taken their public rivalry to an entirely new and dangerous level. To truly understand what is happening right now, we have to look past the heavy clickbait titles circulating on social media and dive deep into the actual interviews and public declarations Sowore has been making across various national television stations and high-profile podcasts throughout the early months of 2026. Recently, while featuring on major platforms like the MIC on podcast and TVC News, Sowore opened direct fire on Peter Obi and his massive political movement. When the headlines scream about blackmail and millions, it is crucial to understand the exact context of Sowore's heavy allegations. The activist is not necessarily talking about a man bringing a suitcase of physical cash to his doorstep in the middle of the night. Instead, Sowore is accusing the Peter Obi political machinery of using their massive financial war chest, backed by wealthy corporate elites and billionaires, to politically suffocate, intimidate, and silence genuine grassroots revolutionaries. Sowore strongly believes that the Labour Party leadership has been using their overwhelming financial advantage to completely buy out the opposition structure in Nigeria, attempting to force every single alternative voice to bow down to their specific political agenda or face total financial and social media destruction. According to Sowore, this aggressive strategy of using millions to monopolize the opposition space is a severe form of political blackmail. He has stated repeatedly that whenever genuine activists or alternative party leaders refuse to join the Peter Obi mega coalition, they are immediately targeted, starved of resources, and painted as enemies of progress by highly funded online campaigns. Sowore has never hidden his absolute disdain for the current configuration of the Labour Party, famously describing it in recent interviews as a mere short rental vehicle used by desperate politicians who were simply angry that they did not get tickets in the People's Democratic Party. He strongly insists that Peter Obi is not a true opposition figure, but rather a prominent member of the old political establishment who is simply playing a different game. This deep-seated anger from Sowore is directly connected to the massive ongoing political realignment currently happening across the country in 2026. Right now, there is a massive push by various political groups to form an unbreakable mega coalition using the African Democratic Congress as the primary platform to challenge President Bola Tinubu in 2027. Supporters of Peter Obi are aggressively pushing for him to automatically take the presidential ticket of this new coalition. However, Sowore has completely rejected the idea of joining this alliance. He believes that joining a coalition led by the same wealthy capitalist politicians who helped create Nigeria's current economic problems is a complete betrayal of the Nigerian people. If you are enjoying this deep and completely unfiltered breakdown of the current crisis in our country, and you want to always be the first person to know the absolute truth behind the viral headlines, please take just one quick second right now to like this video and click that subscribe button. Your subscription is incredibly important because it helps us beat the YouTube algorithm and ensures that we can continue bringing you these highly researched, fearless, and totally accurate news updates every single day without any political bias. The issue of political funding in Nigeria is a very dark and complicated subject, and it is at the very center of Sowore's latest outburst. Running a successful presidential campaign in this country requires billions of naira. You have to pay for massive rallies in all 36 states, secure expensive television and radio advertisements, print millions of posters, and manage a massive network of party agents on election day. Sowore's core argument has always been that any politician who can suddenly raise these billions of naira from wealthy corporate donors is already compromised before they even enter the presidential office. He believes that these wealthy donors are not giving out their millions for free. They are buying future favors, tax breaks, and massive government contracts. Therefore, when Sowore screams about being blackmailed by millions, he is trying to warn the Nigerian public that the opposition movement is being quietly hijacked by the same corrupt billionaires who have always controlled the country from behind the scenes. He is fighting desperately to keep his African Action Congress completely independent and free from the influence of this massive political money. However, the harsh reality of Nigerian politics is that without massive funding, your message simply will not reach the millions of voters living in the deep rural areas who do not have access to smartphones or social media. As we get closer and closer to the 2027 elections, this bitter feud between Omoyele Sowore and Peter Obi is guaranteed to get even more intense. The battle for the soul of the Nigerian opposition is no longer just about who has the best ideas. It is now a vicious war over funding, political structures, and public perception. Will Peter Obi's camp respond officially to these heavy allegations of political blackmail, or will they simply ignore Sowore and continue building their massive mega coalition with other political parties? Will Sowore's persistent attacks finally cause a massive reduction in Peter Obi's popularity, or will it only make the Obidient movement stronger and more defensive? These are the massive questions that will completely define the next few months of our national politics. The stakes have never been higher, and the drama is unfolding at an incredible speed. We will continue to monitor every single statement, every secret meeting, and every new political alliance to ensure that you are never left in the dark. If you have made it this far into the video, it shows you truly care about the future of Nigeria and you appreciate detailed, honest reporting. Please do not leave without hitting that subscribe button and turning on your notification bell. Also, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you believe Sowore's claims that the opposition is using millions to blackmail alternative voices, or do you think this is just a strategy to gain media attention? Let us know what you think.